did say that nobody died, including the record with the fight with the Duergar, but that the boar was not a major combatant. Is there anything else people want to talk to them about? Particularly, maybe how you handle dealing with the Duergar mastermind Dearth.
Uh, yeah, wait, what was last week? Shit, I need a recap. Never mind.
So so
Pass.
la-
I pass.
so
Someone else
just
take the recap.
as a refresher, you guys uh, the week prior had followed footprints through East Haven to the East Haven ferry at the end of this dock through some really good sort of survival checks and some investigation rules. You sort of posted up on this ferry that you had seen these footprints going on, knowing two things: one, that you'd already dealt with these Dwergar before, and two, that that the captain or the captain of the guard for East Haven had told you that East Haven had been sort of like pilfered recently by these invisible thieves that were showing up and just ransacking houses but not really taking anything, as if they were looking for something specific. Um, you go to the ferry, you kind of set up, you get ready, like everybody gets a position ready, you launch a boar on the deck, and everybody gets there. Last week you kind of figured out what was going, I'm sorry, and then you came on board, and Ziada, you went in first, and somebody like swung from you out of invisibility, and somebody else made you go try to hit Rothgar, and that was the end of 2 weeks ago. Last week we picked up and we had the battle on the boat. Kind of went back and forth for like maybe like a round or two, and then you guys kind of just dominated the two Dwergar that were in there, took them down, and as Dearth Sunblight fell, Ziada ran up, laid on hands, went one hit point to like his minuscule form so that he couldn't escape because he transformed into a tiny creature. Threw him in a vial or like a test tube or something. Like you just threw him in something, and then realizing that that wasn't good enough, put him in a like a box of blades, like a instead of like a sword, like a magician's trick
An
trap,
Iron
something that would actually
Maiden.
murder him. I think I'm capturing this. Am I capturing this okay?
Yes, but
Okay.
I'm just saying, an Iron Maiden,
An Iron Maiden. No, great.
fear
An
of the
Iron.
dark.
Yeah. Yes. Wait. A swiftly crafted Iron Maiden. Yes. So
Yes.
you get that done.
But
Um,
one nonetheless.
you know
But
what?
by the narrowest of margins, it's allowed to be called that.
I'm not gonna lie. I think that's the greatest way to describe it. It was an Iron Maiden by the narrowest of margins. Like that just sounds like something out of good literature. But so you set this up. You basically you interrogate Dearth, and you get some more information out of Dearth before he finally like tries to break out and run away. But as he tries to do that, dead. I think that the meme that TJ posted, "Hey, hold this," and then like the one stick figure stabs the other one with a dagger, basically sums that up. In fact, that made me laugh all week. That's great. I loved it. Um, you also found a map of not only Ten Towns but like Icewind Dale as a whole. We did do some like marking on that map, some additional marking to show other locations, etc. And after I think you found a couple things in the cabin, like some stuff and things, nothing crazy, and then everybody basically split the party in two, bringing the I don't know if you brought the severed head and the dead body of Dearth or what it was, but somebody there were some body parts that were brought back to like the sheriff's office, and I believe that was Rothgar and Ziada, and you guys were like, "We did it. You guys are safe. Don't worry about it." And they
Here's
were like,
issue
"Oh my
number
god,
one. Check.
yeah." They were and like clearly the sheriff wasn't there at the moment, but it was like, "Oh my god, thank you so much. We'll report this in the morning." She comes into the office like 6 a.m. So if you want to come in, I don't know what she's talked to you about. And she basically had promised you guys that if you were to take care of both issues, one or both issues, that the wizard that had been sacrificed some 2 or 3 days ago had left some things behind, and that she was willing to part with like some of those items with you if you proved yourself worthy. And so, I mean, clearly, like, here's my list. Check one. And then before we kind of left last week, you were like, oh, here's the next one. We'll do that in the morning. Let's take all that shit. And that was basically where we left off, except for that Novakri and Loki had sort of gone further through East Haven to the sort of northwestern side to the Wet Trout, which is like the local drinking establishment, and like where everybody kind of goes at the end of the day. And they were going to, I don't remember if you were going to try to like find out more information, you just wanted to go a few beers, whatever. You do all know that you do have lodging set up for you, paid by the sheriff at the White
Yes.
Lady Inn, and I think that covers everything. And if I forgot anything, please fill in for folks.
I think that was pretty much it. I don't think it's not much.
I'm sorry.
We went over the map, I think. So
yeah, there is one other thing to bring up, just because it was super cool and Novakri missed it. There was a really cool death blow sequence in which I think it was Hrothgar decapitated an enlarged Dwergar's head clean off his shoulders. The head sailed across the room, landed in front of Ziada, and Ziada put her boot on its forehead in a very sort of Captain Morgan-esque scene. So that was pretty cool and worth remembering. So,
did we get 3 points for it?
Well, there were a couple mice in the, but it was so small you couldn't see it. But you would assume it was a good score.
Yep, and that's how we knew to just take the head.
Well, done it. All right, so
you made it easier to carry. Well done.
And then it shrunk down, and it was like, oh, this is even easier. So,
right.
All right, so cut to Novakri and Loki in the Wet Trout. You guys kind of come into this raucous setting. Again, like the cold door like slams behind you as it starts to shunt out that sort of like everlasting cold that's behind you, and some little heat that's coming from both bodies, and so a couple like sort of roaring fireplaces is going on inside, and everybody is in a sort of state of revelry. And as you kind of glance around, you see like groups of people who are just sort of sitting by themselves in contemplative states. You see people who are kind of like trying to celebrate and make the best of the moment, like even though that it's really kind of shitty. And through it, you hear the sounds of like a melody being played, and a voice that you both recognize because you both have heard it a couple times now. And this voice starts to sing out. It's like, it goes, Oral lives on an island. She is not very nice. She plots all our doom. Will it come true? And everybody who has like a tankard like slams it on the table like dun dun. And this voice like rings out and sings it again. And you guys see that this bard that you keep bumping into, Ronaldo, is there, and does not sound very Italian at all when he's singing, but apparently when he talks to you, sounds incredibly Italian. But he's singing this song, and like it's sort of getting the crowd going, and that's the scene that you see as you walk into the Wet Trout. What would you guys like to do?
Leave.
All right, the door closes. You guys go back.
I remember last week I was asking for a brass brazier, and they said something about an apothecary, but that's something I was going to handle in the morning.
Yes, yeah, that was definitely something that like people were like, yeah, you go here and I'm sure they'll have something for you. It's like the local kind of like general store kind of thing, because everybody needs brass braziers. Or braziers, as I really thought that word was in fantasy literature growing up.
But it's actually just brazzers.
It's Brazzers, yeah. Sounds way cooler if you're like Braziers. Now it's got two meanings. But so yeah, like you asked around, you got that information. Was there anything else that either of you wanted to try to do in the wet trout?
I don't remember. I was kind of following Novacree here. I can't remember what the intention was.
I think that if I remember correctly, I think that the thought process was that since in the morning you were going to try to go after the missing fisherman, you were just going to ask around if anybody had any information on the fisherman. I think that that's what you were trying to do. And if that's what you guys want to try to do, I would say that anybody who's interested in it, between the two of you, or you can both do it if you want, roll an investigation check and see like if either you pick up on a conversation about it, or maybe you see somebody who, you know, everybody looks like a fisherman, but maybe you see somebody that, you know, that sort of sticks out, and you're like, hey, can you tell me blank, kind of thing.
Novacree?
Sorry,
you wanna take this?
Sorry, I got distracted on something over here. You guys got cats, I got other things. Okay, I'm sorry, what was that?
We're here trying to find more information about the fishermen. I think Novacree was going to talk with the people. Kind of here, just tagging along. So, I'm just gonna if you had any questions.
Let me think here just a second.
Can anyone tell me why it's always snowing here? Like, what the hell? Just starts a comedy routine.
Is there a group table, whatnot, of ones that look like fishermen, obviously?
So this whole place looks like fishermen. Like, with the exception of Ronaldo the bar, everybody looks like a fisherman or somebody that's like wait staff that's serving fisherman beer.
Is there a group that's like quiet, or are they all pretty boisterous, or what?
Well, so what I had said was you see some people that are kind of sitting there that are being kind of contemplative, like drinking the beers and just staring off in the fires. See other people that are trying to be like sort of happy-go-lucky. And like when this bardic voice was calling out this oral song, like everybody stops and either stamps their foot or like clinks their tankards on the table in front of them to go along with it, kind of getting the crowd going. So like if you want to know more or maybe have someone to talk to, I would say roll an investigation check. And again, you can both do an investigation check. If one of you wants to try to aid the other +2, those rules are always in effect too if you want to try to do that. I'm assuming that the investigation would be to find someone that you could talk to know about like the missing fisherman.
Yeah, or else I'm gonna talk to the quiet ones because they may have stuff on their minds.
Or they could just be a group of mutes. You never know.
We'll find out.
All right, roll that golden investigation footage and see what happens. Oh wow! So I was going, before you were finished rolling that check, I was going to say, do you want to aid? And I just feel like Loki just sort of sits and like crosses his arms and leans back and says, "You do you. Like you go get it done." And Novacree, you notice that it's not the quiet group, but it's a group that sort of has been like kind of singing along with the musical inspirations that are coming from from Ronaldo the Bard. But
If
you
you want to call
hear
it
through
that.
like they're singing, like periodically they're talking about like Jeff hasn't come back yet, and how like Mitch, God bless him, God bless him, probably shouldn't have gone out. He was too old for it anyways. And with that in mind, you kind of come up with this group, and they see you come up, and again, you guys like you have a presence about you now. Like you're getting a reputation, especially amongst the 10 towns, and they kind of all look and like kind of put their tankards up, and they're like, "Hey!" And they're like, "What brings you to East Haven? What are you doing?" I mean, it's clearly the best place ever, but like, what are you doing? What do you want to know?
I'm looking for information about some fishermen.
And so they tell you that like Jeff, Mitch, and a couple of the other old boys, they went out maybe 4 or 5 days ago to go hunt the knucklehead trout, which clearly is like the major fishing commodity of all of 10 towns. And in East Haven, because of the way that everything is frozen over, you have to go out towards the middle of the lake. You have to basically like push your boat out to the middle of the lake and then try to fish there, because drilling through the ice either takes too long and it freezes over, or you just can't break through because it's too thick. And so they had gone out with the aspirations of bringing a haul back that they could have then sold and been set up for like a couple days or weeks or whatever. And people had told them like, nah, man, it's too risky. No, we're gonna go do it. We gotta feed our families. We're gonna do this. And they went out. The other thing that they kind of break to you is that like frequently what people in East Haven do when they go on like a mission like this, because it wasn't just this group, like people do this periodically because ice fishing is so sort of haphazard and not really something that you can make a contingency plan on. They bring copious amounts of ale with them, and they drink as they're going out to give themselves the fortitude to go do this. The problem is twofold. One, there's lots and lots of bottles of undrunk ale, just not undrunk, but drunken ale, just left scattered across the ice of Loch Dinishire. But also, getting hammered in the cold is not necessarily the best thing. Literally thins out your blood. Like, yeah, maybe it gives you that fortitude, as you were, to deal with the cold, but sooner or later it makes the cold have just that much more effect on you. And as this is being explained to you, you see that there's like one other member of the party who's kind of sullenly sitting by himself, and he kind of looks up and he's like, "Well, there's something else that could have happened too." And they were like, "Come on, guy! Like we don't need to get into." And he's like, "I know, but it's possible."
Please speak up.
Well, the other night, Ronaldo and a couple of like the other songsters here in town, they did this whole seance thing, and they found out that like through like the voice of the white lady that apparently there's a magic cauldron buried somewhere in like the ice caves, and it can feed everybody. And maybe they found that, and then they got eaten by Chiselbone. And everybody just like at the table just like rolls their eyes and they're like, "Are you serious, man? Like that's first of all, that's even worse than the first time you told the story. And then second of all, that's dumb." And he's like, I'm just saying, man, like that's what I'm saying is that Chiselbone got them because they heard about it and they went after it. They couldn't get any fish, and now they're dead. And like somebody, like all of a sudden, like somebody who had been also quiet at the table, like just slaps this guy. Literally, his name's Guy across the face, and he's like, "You don't say that! Jeff's coming back!" It's like, oh, I hope so, man. But just,
Could
I'm gonna go get another beer. And he gets up and leaves.
could I do history check to see if I can recognize whether that's a legit monster or not?
Sure. Knowledge history, sure. Chiselbone sounds like a name that could have been like maybe a rock giant, or it could have been, maybe it was like a one of these knucklehead trout that had like a chiseled like gnarled head, or maybe a dragon. It sounds like a name that you've probably heard somewhere in reading or the passage of time, or maybe it's just like that name chisel, that name bone, and then combined. It doesn't spark a particular memory for you.
But more importantly, he's not talking out his ass.
Wait, say it again. Sorry.
But more importantly, I'm pretty sure he's not just talking out his ass.
Well, he says that the White Lady told him. And what I will tell you with a DC 10 history check is that the local rumor, because you guys are all from 10 Towns, is that there is a ghost that haunts Lochdenshire that resides here in East Haven, known as the White Lady. And the local legend that you know about is that she was in love with like a merchant or fisherman slash merchant that went out that had this like these riches that he was transporting. But before he left, he told her, "I don't love you anymore. I only love my riches." And she committed suicide in the lake. She just like walked in the water and like drowned herself, and has ever since haunted the shores. But what makes it particularly tragic is that maybe it was the sort of like simpatico of her motion, or like some sort of like the gods interacting or something, but that the merchant himself also, and he and his ship drowned, and that his riches were like set to forever set at the bottom of the lake, like unobtainable and unusable by any, because of like, the sort of ill will that went along with them. I think that was pretty good for a DC 10 history check.
Yeah, I'm impressed. What could I have gotten for a 20?
Just like they say on the Tootsie Roll Pop, the world may never know. But that being said, is there anything else that you guys, that you, Navakri, because you're kind of in this group right now, Loki, because you're in this whole room, is there anything else that you guys want to try to achieve while you're here, or have you done what you came to do? Just everybody just wants to retire and rest up, kind of thing.
I mean, do we have an idea of which way to go to even investigate this?
Yeah. Yes. So you weren't here last week, but the sheriff kind of had intimated that she could give directions and would also provide a vessel that you guys could use should you push it out onto the ice, and then kind of and raft around to kind of figure out what was going on. So yes, you kind of have like a basic like heading. The only other information that you get along that is that people who go out and do this usually, like I said, bring copious amounts of ale in kind of like Grolsch type bottles that they pop and drink, and then just kind of throw it on their shoulders as they're doing it. So there's the real possibility, if this group did this, and it sounds like they did, that if you head in the right direction, you might be able to just follow a beer bottle trail kind of through the ice and then wherever, kind of thing.
Okay, well, don't matter to me. I've got a really cute new one.
So that's you, Loki. Was there anything else that you wanted to do in the trout, or that you were interested in trying to do?
No, all good.
All right. So for sake of story, I'll say that you guys, you make your goodbyes, or you just turn around and flip everybody off, whatever you want to do, and you head back through town. You kind of already know the way because you walked there from the East Haven ferry, which was like a block away, and you all go to the White Lady Inn. I just want to make sure everybody has information. The White Lady Inn, as Nuvakri already kind of figured out, is named after the very spirit that is said to haunt East Haven and Dinnershire. And as you go in, it's a really sort of rudimentary, simple place. You know, wooden floors, wooden sort of cladding on the walls. There's a nice stone fireplace kind of in the center of it. There's like the classic, if you ever go to an inn and you see like that little sideboard that opens up that you have to like swing open to come out, and like the rack of keys behind it kind of thing. And there's a little, yeah, there's a halfling behind the desk, and their name is Reggie. And as you come in, Reggie just kind of goes, "Hey, are you guys the heroes? Because if you are, I have rooms for you." And I assume this is maybe the second time Novakri, not Novakri, I'm sorry, Ziada and Rothgar, you guys probably finished up, you came back sooner. So you guys kind of already went through this process, but we're just kind of following Loki and Novakri at this point. So they come in and with their, which would be round 2 of it, as you were greeted with it already.
Yep, that's us.
He's like, excellent, excellent. Well, I have 2 additional keys. Your friends, the one that, well, they're both very armored. One of them, and they're tall. You know what? Here, you figure it out. 202 and 203. Here you go. And then he hands you 2 keys and says, if you follow the stairs to the left upstairs, the rooms are to the right.
I already chose the room that I'm in, so I know it. So whichever room you guys choose.
$202.
Yep.
Dang it. Yeah.
We call this room 202LZ. Loki's Yada. So yeah, so everybody goes upstairs. As long as there's not a squabble or, you know, like a pillow fight, you guys rest. Is there anything that you wanted to achieve during the night? Did you in fact want? What do you want to do?
I don't think there's anything I'm looking to take care of. So
Not till morning.
Yeah, I think just the resting.
All right, so everybody rests. Everybody in classic 5e fashion gets everything back. So you're good. Everybody's good to go. You wake up in the morning. You go downstairs. There is, if you're interested, there is a breakfast that's available. Do you guys like sleep in, or do you like wake up kind of crack of dawn? What's your thought with that?
Crack of dawn for me.
I don't think it has to be all the way at the crack of dawn. Just a bit.
Well, so I guess what I'm saying is, like, are you guys going downstairs at 6 a.m.? Are you going downstairs at 9 a.m.? Are you going downstairs at noon? Like, what are you doing?
At 8.
Yeah, I was gonna say 8.
Perfect. All right.
7:38. So yeah, 8.
All right, you go downstairs. There is food available. You're told quickly that like it's part of the room and board that has been provided for you by the sheriff's office. So Captain Argalath has made sure that that's taken care of for you. So you guys get a meal in your butt in your belly if you're interested.
Well, it'll end up in our butt.
Wait, what?
Goes right to
In
it.
our butt.
Fair enough. I mean, whatever you want to do.
Our armor is fitting a little snug this morning.
I feel very full. Okay. So as you do that, what do you guys kind of want to do next? So you come downstairs, you woke up, you had some food. What's your next sort of stop?
Well, I believe somebody is looking for a brazier.
Uh-huh.
All right.
I'm also excited about my portent rolls. That's pretty great.
Are you going to all go with Loki to do the brazier, or do you want to split up and maybe some people go to try to talk to Argaleth? Or what do you want to do?
Yeah.
I think I'll go talk to the sheriff and see if I can't get any more information on, the missing fishermen from, that we can add to what they got last night.
I was also gonna go, but I also have to run to the bathroom. So, I'm there with physically as Ziada, but moral support right now.
But peeing in the corner. Got it.
I'm following them.
Okay, so is it only Loki that's care of the brazier, and everybody else is going to the sheriff's office?
Sounds that way.
Okay, cool. So everybody sort of breaks out, goes to like have at and do whatever. I'm not going to make any rules or anything necessary. Basically, Loki, you find a shop following directions, etc. That that has whatchamacallit, that like has the brazier that you're looking for available. There's probably a standard price associated with it, and you have that price in money, and I assume that you do because everybody's pretty like flush with cash at the moment. You can easily buy that and get what you want with it. In
How
the
much
interim,
do I mark off?
well, I mean, I would just do like a search and say, what does a brass brazier 5e cost? Find out. I'm assuming it's probably like 1 to 2 gold. That's because it's a specific material for a specific function. It's got to be like 1 to 2 gold. I wouldn't assume
50 gold pieces. Weighs 3 pounds.
It's a brass brazier is 50 gold pieces.
Yeah, that's what it says right here on Google. The first.
Okay.
First
All
results.
right. If that's the cost, that's just I'm kind of shocked by that because here's the thing. Like,
if you want me to roll to haggle or anything like that, I'd be happy to do it.
You know what? Yeah, because I find that ridiculous. Like I find it's like let's roll a haggle and bonus to it. So roll a haggle.
All right. So I guess that would be persuasion. Yep.
Well, persuasion or deception, whichever is easier.
Oh well. Deception would be way better.
Then let's do deception.
Let's see. It would be just 10. So that would be with deception would be 21.
Okay, and what was the total cost per what you just looked at?
50.
50. You kind of come at this guy, whoever it is, salesperson, and you're just like, are you serious? This thing's all goddamn dinged up. And by the way, I don't even know if this is real brass. Like, you do the whole like chip your tooth on it, like bang your fingernail, and you're like, how do I know this isn't like 50% tin? I don't know. And they're like,
Can you use your
wait? They're like, what if we give you like a 5% reduction? And you're like, are you serious? Do you want me to tell other people that that's what you did for the heroes of Ten Town? Is you gave them a 5% discount? That's what you want to do. I mean, is that what you want to do? And they're like, I got to talk to my. And you're like, no, you don't have to talk to anybody. You need to tell me what you're doing right now. And they go, I'll give you a 30. No, I'll give you a 40% discount. So do the math, figure out what 40% off is, and that's what it costs.
Cool.
Pretty much.
Now, Everybody else is in the sort of sheriff's office, and the sheriff says like does her greetings, says thank you very much. You guys fill her in about the Dwergar, and she's basically like, holy gods, that's not what I thought at all. Like, maybe some people had like scrolls or something, but like Dwergar, those are Underdark denizens. What are we doing? And like you're like, yeah, don't worry about it, bitch. We got this covered. Also, you got problems. We're gonna solve them. So where do we go to find these fishermen? And she's like, really kind of taken aback by it. She goes, listen. And she gives you directions and says, if you head out sort of northwest on the lake, if you head off from the end of the East Haven Ferry, northwesterly direction, and follow towards, and she's like, like Syric's star, it's kind of like the dog star, and you keep the mountain to your left, Mount Keltmore or whatever it is, and you keep going. That's where they were headed. The ice drags out after a while, and it gets a little choppy for a little bit, and then it's open water. I have a feeling that what they probably did, though, they pushed through the open water and they went to the shore, because the shore is where, for whatever reason, a lot of the knucklehead trout are showing up to kind of like feed and try to like pick off things that have washed up, because they're kind of bottom feeders, but they come up and grab what's on the surface. And so that's probably what their goal was. Here's what I need to do. I need you to tell me what happened, and I need you to tell me if there is any further danger that I need to be to protect this town. If there is, and you have to get away from it, we'll figure it out. If you can handle it, I'll tell you what. Anything and everything that I have found on this wizard, I will give to you, because you have earned it. And I appreciate your help. We are a large town, but we're a large town, and that's what I can offer you at this point, apart from my thanks and an apology for if I was too abrupt when I dealt with you yesterday.
Well, shit, I don't even remember that being the case. Anyway. Sure.
Ziada's like,
accepted.
who the fuck are you? Why am I talking to you? Yeah.
No, I know who she is. I just don't remember her being, like, abrupt or anything. But, fucking sure. Alright, so,
I like the idea. I like the idea. Ziada sitting through this whole conversation with sunglasses on, and then being like, yeah, we'll do it. Who the fuck are you? Like, just, like, totally, just really, who is the dude from Charlie Murphy's story who's always fucking cocaine? On the Chappelle Show, the guy who like trashed a couch.
Rick James.
Rick James. Just Ziada is Rick James. Just female Rick James.
Fuck
it's a
yo couch.
I'm on your couch, bitch. But anyways, so they pointed out, and she's like, we'll have a I can just send the word. We'll get a vessel ready for you. And is that what you guys are going to do? We're going to head out.
I guess I don't need anything.
Was the information we got, I think, was there anything that we were worried about with like the white lady being the issue?
So I would say that from the check that was rolled, that the white lady is like a local legend. I mean, like you guys all slept in the White Lady Inn, like it's that kind of thing.
Yep.
It's kind of like I'm trying to think of like another fantasy reference that would make sense, but it's sort of like if there was a highway,
like Bermuda Triangle sort of stuff, where it's like
it's
very
exactly.
well
like
known,
if
and you
the
can
legend
lean
was
into
a dragon named Tom got killed in like the area, then like Tom's final.
Oh, he got killed.
Right.
That's ironic. That is great.
just struck down at the moment.
Canada must be having a blackout.
Yes. Too far, Maine. All right, so do we want to do this? I'm just worried because I don't have a magic weapon, and if we're facing anything that's like a ghost or something like that,
My mind is a magic weapon.
I'm not
You got-
saying we
you got
don't
smite
have
still.
things to do damage.
I just got bounced out. Sorry about that. Like,
No problem.
So,
The dragon.
like,
Yeah, we
got
kind
Tom,
of figured
got
that
killed.
out.
oh man, Chris, you're so on. Love
I
it.
know,
no.
right?
It was hilarious, Tom. I mean,
But
literally.
the idea
Tom.
is that like
Tom the
East
dragon
Haven-
gets killed, and then Tom the DM disappears.
Yep.
Maybe Tom got killed. I mean, maybe I'm planning my own murder mystery, and you guys are part of it. Anyways,
Well, I mean, you're going through here and you're going, yeah, it's Tom's final click.
So the idea is that like the people of East Haven and probably 10 towns in general believe in the White Lady. There's some credence to that myth and that legend, but as far as like how that affects what you guys are doing in the moment, you're not really sure. And then additionally, I don't know if Navakri shared what her conversations garnered or not, but this conversation about this like this treasure that could help 10 towns and like the presence of this entity called Chiselbone. Is that real? Is that not real? There are people who are like, that's legit shit. Like a spirit told us. And there's other people that are like, is it? A fucking spirit told you that? Like, what's like, is it a half truth? Is it a real truth? Like what? We don't know. And so that's what you kind of got right now.
All right, I think we're heading off that way then.
Before we go, I mean, she's saying that this wizard had all this stuff, and we can have it. I'm kind of curious. What did he have?
What did who have? Sorry,
the wizard that she's offering us all of his gear and whatnot as compensation. So I'm curious what he actually had.
And can we take a look? Maybe you can keep some of it, but some of it might be helpful for the moment. For the
you
current.
bitches! I wanted to hold it, but hold on. So, she says there are 3 items, one of which I will hold until you come back and tell me that you have resolved the issue of these missing townsfolk. But I have 2 items, and I will give whichever one you don't choose now to you as well as payment. But for taking care of the invisible thieves, you can choose either. And she holds up a scroll, and then she also holds up a bag, like as if there's something in it, kind of thing. And she says, I will part with one of these as sort of prepayment.
I'm sorry, you said a bag and what?
A bag and a scroll. I mean, a bag's a bag, but a mystery box is a mystery box.
Does anybody have the ability to identify?
Can we report Tom for illegal gambling? Loot box shit?
Law.
So Kevin, there was the briefest of moments when I'm like, did I? What?
There's a chance to get a legendary. No. Just pay 7 more D&D crystals. Oh, fuck this chick. Oh, you got a 3-star, guaranteed. Goddamn mobile game.
You got a 3-star guaranteed.
So, a spell or
she
a
said-
bag of something.
She also says
Second bag of
I've
tricks.
also heard the rumors about this treasure, and I can tell you that I've heard two separate rumors. The first rumor is that it is a chest of riches and gold, but that it is hoarded or coveted by some dark power. I can't tell you any more than that. And again, these are the rumors that come into my office. I don't know more. The other is that there is some entity somewhere within this, like the Lochdinnashire area, and I don't know where, I don't know how, that possesses the ability to feed an entire town. And why this entity is still in the shadows, whether this is like some sort of half truth. What I can tell you is people have attended seances and come out and said that this is something the White Lady talks about. I've heard diviners come out and say things accordingly. What I know is this: I'm missing townsfolk, and I need to know where they are, because I need people to rest easy at night. And even if it's they're dead, it makes them know that they're dead, because I can tell them how they died and how we can protect against it.
Yeah, looks like Christianity came to 10 towns. Got it.
She looks at you and she's like, she makes like the she makes like the top sign of like the fish with her sandal and waits for you to make the other half of that sign.
I take the bag and say, all right, let's go.
She's like, interesting choice. And in one of the most
I'm a fan of loot
fucked up
boxes.
things beyond reason in this game, it is another, as you reach in it,
I knew
gray bag of tricks. So
I knew it was going to be a bag of tricks. I thought it was going to be a bag of tricks, and I'm just like, what?
Well,
Okay,
so here's
and
the
then it
thing.
was.
Here's
All
the
right.
thing. I am willing to say that as this game continues, maybe we can revisit this, and there's a way or like a tradition or something that we could increase the value of one of these bags of tricks, because they're really cool and they provide some really interesting things. But having two people have the same fucking item is just dumb. And I disagree wholeheartedly
No,
with this.
it'll be fine. This will be good.
Oh my god, we're board
army
buddies.
of
Let's
animals.
do it.
Right.
Busty.
Now I'm leaning the other way. We need two more gray bags of tricks.
Everybody has a bag of tricks. Let's
Right.
do this. All right. So, all right.
Silly rabbit tricks are for kids.
and then the rabbit like snap kicks both the kids in the head and their heads break.
Oh,
Their
Ninja
necks-
kicked the damn rabbit.
Silly kids. Tricks are for rabbits. Yeah. Anyways, so you guys with a newly acquired bag of tricks, figure out who has that. You set out, and sure enough, at the end of the East Haven Ferry, where the site of last night's battle is, there's some of the sort of deputies, and they've got a boat ready, and they're like, here you go. And it's got oars, and it's got nets, and it's got ropes, and it's got everything. You guys start pushing out. And after
One more thing before, when I was at the apothecary, right? That's where I got the brazier.
Yep.
Do they also have where is it? Do they also have like some charcoal, incense, and herbs and stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that you can buy all of that for like a couple silver. I don't think there's a heavy
I need exactly 10 gold's worth. 20 would be great, but I need at least 10 gold's worth.
I'll tell you what. Why don't you? I mean, you can get it there, but why don't you roll me another one of these deception checks to try to tell them that their products are subpar, and maybe you can get a discount.
As long as the worth of it is 10, that's all I need. But if I can get it for cheaper,
you're gonna haggle
that's
yourself
perfectly
down,
fine.
but then have to pay more for it to get to 10 anyway.
That's what I'm curious about.
All right, so the value of it, the actual value of it is as is labeled. But like, to get a break, by all means, roll your deception check and see what you get.
What was the result? I rolled it. It hasn't popped up yet on my That's another 19.
I will say for this one, give yourself like a 25% discount.
All right. As long as the value's there, I'm good with that. And now we can continue.
As Loki gets on the boat, you all sink because of the extra weight he's carrying. No.
And just to be sure,
I got his balls.
How much? 20 worth or 10 worth? Do they have enough for 20 worth, or was it just the 10 worth?
They had enough. They had enough for the 20 worth, but you get the 20 worth at a 25% discount. So the 20 is what, 15.
Cool.
All right, give me 1 sec. I have to get one thing set up, and then we'll go from there.
I just grabbed the bag of tricks for now. We can figure that out later if we need to switch it or whatever.
That's okay. I've got mine.
Yeah, Mike will have 2.
Is it the same exact type, or are there 2?
Yeah, he said
different?
gray, so it's the
gray?
same one. Yep.
Dual wielding 2 bags.
Yeah, that was
Right.
That was one of the. Actually, that would be hilarious. Somebody just runs in with 2 bags of tricks to see what happens every time. But
now it's like now I want to make a druid that throws out 2 of those and then transforms, and then all of a sudden there's just 3 just random fucking animals who just show up. It's like, what just happened?
I cast random polymorph on myself.
A boar, a giant, badger, and I transform into an elephant. It's like, what the fuck?
Well, it would be pretty funny if it was like a boar, a bear, and like you just have like a really shitty roll as the druid, so you turn into a field mouse, and you're like, damn it, squeak!
Well, now it sounds like a bad joke.
Right.
A boar, a bear, and a field mouse walk into a bar. And
Exactly.
Yeah, but so you guys start pushing this boat out. You're all in winter gear. You're good to go. You push it out across the ice. The ice and the wind. It's bitter. It's just cutting across you as you go. It's another fairly clear day. You know, the sun, like we've talked about, never really goes over the horizon at all. It just sort of sits there as this like globe that just fails to warm things. But after about a half hour, 45 minutes of pushing this boat, this like what do they call them? A skiff kind of thing. You get out and it's right on the edge, and the ice starts to break up and starts to get like a little less solid. And you guys can hop in. You don't have to make rolls. It's fine. You get in and you start to like row out, and you row out towards the lake, and it's as clear and as bright as it's going to be. And I want everybody to give me a perception check.
Of course you do.
So I'm not sure if this is because we bought the thing. No, I don't think it would be. But I have this dice set on D&D Beyond, the Everlasting Rime. It's pretty cool because it rolls, and it's just a block of ice, and then it like shows up, and then when you click away, instead of just like disappearing, it turns into snow and blows away.
That's kind of cool, man.
Yeah.
That's really cool. That's really cool. It's not great for the role you just did, but it's really cool. like what I just imagined as you described that. That's awesome.
Well,
so,
it's actually funny because I then rolled the thing after, and it rolled a 3, so I'll take the 6, which isn't better, which isn't great, but it's better.
So Novakri, you're kind of at a loss out on the boat. Ziada, you start to notice that towards the northwestern shore, so kind of the far side of Lac Dinishire, it looks like there are things that are glinting, like there's some sort of like light or something refracting off of something over there. And Loki and Hrothgar, you both recognize that the things that are glinting are bottles, whether they're embedded in the sand or the ice. They're kind of like the light coming off of what little sunlight is coming over the horizon is hitting them, and you can see them. What do you do?
It's bottles.
Looks like bottles, yes.
So that's probably the trail of stuff left behind, because if they were getting hammered.
Very likely. Moving on, and then we can go up. We should go up to those and see if we can follow the beer crumbs.
What are you doing tonight? I'm following beer crumbs. Oh man, I want in.
Get in the fucking boat then, loser. We're heading up.
Get in the boat, you shitbag. So all right, so yeah, so you guys kind of row towards that, and after maybe like 10 or 15 minutes, you close in enough towards, you see this kind of like, you see a shore that is, for whatever reason, not completely ice covered. It looks like it's covered in black sand. Maybe it's because of deposits from the stone that you see rising up along the shoreline. And it's this sort of like black, craggy stone cliff that maybe like the just sort of like the wearing of the waves against it over the centuries has created this shoreline of sort of like black sand. There are two rowboats that appear untethered, but whether they're maybe caught by some ice or the ropes themselves are caught in the ice, you can't tell. But they seem to like float kind of like back and forth amidst like some of the ice flows and the shore itself. The cliffs themselves, these black cliffs, rise up some 80 foot high towards the sky, directly from the shoreline. And you notice as you close in that there are the mouths of 4 caves that dot like this landscape. One of the caves is at water level, and the others are elevated some like 20 or 30 feet up from the actual like level of black beach sand. And as you get closer still, the wind seems to cut through the caves, and it sounds like someone moaning, like oh.
He's having
Menstrual cramps.
special times with a friend.
Maybe we shouldn't talk to these sailors.
They're enjoying some alone time.
Well, no wonder they didn't come back.
Yeah, this is like Brokeback River or something.
You got Chris. You got Chris. So you guys approach this, and you see that there are these 2 dinghies. I don't think it's something that was ever sort of discussed, but you see that one of the dinghies is a dinghy that's got like a nameplate on it that matches one of the dinghies that has been that the missing sailors had. So it seems that you are very much
On the right path.
Yes.
It
Is it
feels
called
like
the
it.
dinghy?
Hey, quit playing with your dinghy.
What are you boys doing in my shed? Quit whacking in my shed. Anyways, Novakri, I didn't hear what you had said. Was it something about dinghies, or was it something about something else?
I was being a smartass, so you could assume no.
Dinghy.
Well, as you guys near the shore, what is your plan? Are you going to try to like get onto the shore? Are you going to try to just like say, "Well, we found the boat. See you fucking later"? Like, what are you doing?
No, I'm gonna
Remember,
I don't think that was enough.
well, and the other thing to remember is that there are 4 cave mouths available to you. One of them is at water level, and the water goes into. The other 3, you have to do some climbing to get into. I will tell you that climbing is very like there's not a check. Like you guys are all capable enough to do it without a check, unless you have a negative to climb, and then I'll make you roll. But if you do not have a negative to climb, then you can do it easily enough.
I mean, I'm good with the climb. I'd rather do that than go through the water hole.
You don't want another water boat battle?
Is there actually a skill for climbing? Or are we talking about athletics?
Athletics.
Yeah, I guess we can climb up.
And what I'm saying is that as long as you don't have a negative for your athletics, you don't have to make a check. You can just automatically do it.
And if anyone does, if we want some people to climb up first and like lower a rope so that we can kind of help out in case anyone's in too much trouble with their athletics.
If you guys take those actions, then there's no need for anyone to roll. I just meant that if you had like 3 people that had negatives, maybe people would have to roll. But if you can do that, then nobody needs to roll to climb up this. It's not sheer ice. It's not sheer rock. It's like, there's grooves, there's handholds, there's things that you can do to climb up it.
Okay, yeah, and I have rope definitely. So.
All right.
I
So
get rope. Yeah, we're good.
All right. So first question is, you're not going to go in the water-fed tunnel. You're going to try to go in one of these other tunnels you have to climb up into, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. As you head that way, your craft lands ashore. It hits the sea. It hits the sort of like that black beach sand. And it's like as it comes in. Are you guys going to try to fasten the boat to something, or are you just going to leave it best? Like, what are you doing?
Oh no, I'm definitely going to fasten it to something because I don't need to come back and find it gone.
Okay.
Right.
As you guys do that, and know that those other 2 boats are floating, and as you kind of glance at them, well, Rothgar, tell me first, like, how are you fastening the boat? Like, what are you doing to fasten the boat to something?
Well, what do we have on our surroundings? Specifically where, that seems to be. Are there like strong, trees or anything, or is there?
Well, I would suggest if you murder one of your compatriots, you could take like a femur bone, drive it into the ground, and use their entrails to tie the boat to the femur bone.
Oh, that sounds fantastic. I recommend Dragon Tom.
He's not part of your group, man. He's not part of your group. But okay, no, for all sake and like that, there are some like rough stones that seem to be like really set into the ground that you could probably, if you have rope, or the boat itself has like a lead, like, and some tie lines that you could probably tie off to. So I would just say, give me a sleight of hand check, whoever is the best of it at it, and you can do that.
Yeah, I probably am not the best at it. I only have a +1.
I'm feeling Loki may be the best at this.
That's what I would think. Are the other boats that you said that were there? Are they lashed or something, or are they just floating around?
Well, wait for it.
I just grab it and start tying it. Then just walk away.
Ziada starts
and
doing
then,
this.
And then Loki can take it after. he can
So
see what I do, and then it's just like, all right, here, I'll just finish this. She didn't even pull it.
Ziada, Loki, and Rothgar are all trying to make sure that their boat doesn't go away. And I'm going to say that you guys are okay, that you can do that. But you raise a good question. What are the other boats doing? And I'm going to say that if Novakri wants to kind of look that way, she looks off and she sees that it seems like the boats and the ropes associated with them are maybe caught in the ice, but it's hard to tell. And as it's hard to tell, and like the other 3 are busy like fastening the ropes down, I'm going to give Novakri a chance to roll a perception check. So roll a perception check for me. Oh, you mother trucker.
There it is.
You hear coming.
She can smell numbers.
You hear numbers coming from no. You hear coming from above you, like the cliffs above, this haunting melody, and you hear it before anyone else does, which gives you the opportunity to look up. And as you look up and you hear this melody, you suddenly realize there are these winged taloned shapes descending quickly towards you. You have advantage on a check. And if you make this check, you can give everybody else advantage by saying, heads up, this is coming. But I need you to roll a wisdom check. And I really hope you fail. Remember, you have advantage.
Just straight wisdom.
Like a
Wisdom
check
saving
or
throw.
save?
Wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
All right, you don't have to roll again. 14 is enough to save. Oh, damn it. It would have been better if you did the other. But 14 is enough to save, which means you yell out to everybody that there are harpies coming towards you. And so everybody needs to give me a wisdom saving throw, but I will give you a +2 to whatever you roll.
19 then.
19, you're safe. No, Navakri, you already rolled. You're good. You're good.
Good thing.
Nice.
Holy shit. Good rolls, guys. Fuck you. But so this haunting melody hits sort of like, and it has no effect. All of you are able to fight this off, which is really good because literally the thing that they can do with this is either lure you to them so they can murder you or make you walk into the water so they can feast on your corpse. But you've all saved, which means you have all saved for 24 hours against this. So great job. I want everybody to roll some initiative. And actually, let's do.
Do we have tokens so that we can?
So this one I don't have a map for. We're gonna have to theater the mind of this. But like basically the creatures are coming directly at you. And like if they don't get there on your turn, you can attack them, basically thing. So
Woohoo! 5.
all right.
That's awesome, man.
Ruff
We're
got
gonna die.
Ruff got a 5. What did everybody else get?
Got a 9.
A 9 for Nova. All right. Anyone else?
4.
18.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, 4 for Ziada, and then an 18 was it for
Yep.
Loki?
Yep.
Okay. All right, and then I need to find out what my shit is right here. So it is. All right, let's roll 2 of these. All right, so I got a 16 and a 15. All right. Okay, Loki, you see on your turn, because you are the start of this, these 2 winged, naked females coming towards you. Their torso looks like these sort of like seductive women's bodies. Their faces look attractive until you see these like sort of horrific beaks and fangs coming out of them. These like this shrill shriek. Their arms turn into these like leathery wings with feathers coming out at like obtuse angles, and then their legs are these lizard-like talons, and they're descending fast. At this point on their turn, they're some 30 feet away from you. What do you do?
Let's see. You got a +1 arrow. So
I reach into my +1 arrow kit and get a +1 arrow.
yeah, let's do that. Oh, where's the attacks?
I just quickly looked at the screen and went, "Oh my god, you rolled a 30?" And I'm like,
That should
"Oh,
be a
that's
plus
not."
1.
Yes.
So it's
That should be a 12.
so here's the thing. Their AC is 11, so you definitely hit one of them. Tell me what you do for damage.
Cool beats. Uh, 6 points of damage. Wait, 7 points of damage, because that doesn't know that it's plus 1.
Oh, that's right. It is a +1, so that's right. So, all right. So you shoot in, and it hits this creature, and you see it like its wings kind of fold around its chest, almost like. But it realizes it still has the chance to come in and attack, and it resists the urge to kind of like cradle its wound, and it just sort of arches back, and its talons come down, and both of its talons are going to come down, and I am going to, you know what? There are 4 of you, so I'm going to roll a d4, and I'm going to go Loki. You are 1, Nuvakri, you are 2, Hrothgar, you are 3, and Ziada, you are 4. So here we go. Let's roll a. Why is this so dumb? Hey, you know what? Hold on. Give me a sec, guys. I'm just clicking buttons. Also, this is why I love this game, because you can. Nice. All right. D4. Here we go. First attack is coming at Hrothgar, which I'm not a big fan of because it's probably not going to hit. But it's got 2 attacks. So, first attack D. Yep. Okay, here we go. First attack is coming in as a claw.
All right, so that means he had to
Yeah.
come 10 feet of me.
Yeah, so here's what's crazy is he literally threatened space, which means attack of opportunity.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does. Bitch.
And I'm going to use a superiority die, so I can throw this fucking thing away from me.
Can you do that when it's not your turn
I don't think you can use the superiority.
That's what I'm looking up.
as a reaction?
Yeah, you can just do like your base attack against.
Maneuvers, enhance, and attack in some way. Yeah, that's fine. I'll just go with that. I don't want to go look it up. So how close is it?
So when it comes to strike you, it's some 5 feet away.
Five feet away.
I mean, so here's the thing. Like, as it enters your space, you could hit it at 10 feet if you want to say that you hit it at 10 feet. But it progresses through that to attack you. So like, I'm saying that it's 5 feet away right now. But yeah.
I just wanted to say, after reading this, it looks like certain maneuvers can be used when it's not your turn, because lunging attack is when you make a melee weapon attack on your turn. But then on the other ones are when you hit with a weapon attack and when you hit with a weapon attack.
I think I want to read about this because I haven't considered this, but I think for this battle, let's just say reactions are just standard attacks with no additional benefits, and then I'll look into it, because if it's true, it's true. But for this one, I mean, I literally have no doubt that you guys are going to handle this in like a round or 2. So I want to stick with that for this one.
All right, so it's within 5 feet. So let me roll for the strike, and then I'll check and see if it's a +1 to hit or a +1 for damage.
Well, so it entered your space.
It's not going to matter.
It entered your space at 10 feet away. Wait, what happened? Oh, snap! It missed you? You missed it, I should say. However, you miss it, and as it comes in to strike you, it only rolls a 12 to hit. So that's a miss, correct?
Yes.
However, it has a second attack because it comes at you with its club now instead of just its claws.
How many hands does it have?
So it is a humanoid shape with wings, and it has a club and 2 clawed feet, but it makes a claw attack, and a club attack. All right.
Cool. Got it.
All right. Both of those fucking ones missed. Great. So much for that shit. And, that's just me being a DM being like, I want my monsters to do things. But there is a second one. And as the second one comes in, I'm going to roll to see what goes after with that same 1d4 roll. And it is a 1. And so the other one is coming in at Loki right now. So Loki, first attack at you. Ooh. I'm going to assume that hits. Well, it hits, but yeah. So it is, and this is the claw. We're going to go.
It's gonna turn into a 5.
Oh, wait, are you using an ability?
Important. It doesn't hit.
So when you use Warden, is it a reroll or just automatically doesn't?
I rolled Portent at the beginning. I rolled a 5 and a 20, and it's gonna get the 5.
Oh, shit. Nice job. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I don't like this because I really wanted to cause you damage. But okay. All right. So it misses with the claw that comes. But it's going to come in with a club. So here we go. Does a 21 hit you?
Yeah.
Nice. All right. So 1. This is far less damage. This doesn't have critical effects, so you take 2 points of damage as this club comes over. I imagine it like clips one of your shoulders, and kind of knocks you back, and you're like, son of a bitch. But
How much damage?
2 points of damage, bludgeoning.
Tis but a scratch.
He's down.
It's not a scratch.
He took some levels of wizard. He's down.
He's down. He's
Bloodied.
down.
I'm critical.
It's not a critical, but it's a critical. It goes to Novakri. Novakri, what are you doing? These creatures are within 30 feet of you at this point.
Yeah, I'm gonna have the closest one make an intelligence save.
Well, good for you, because they have negative to that shit. So -2. That's a 3. So what happens?
Disorienting, he takes 1d6 psychic damage and subtract 1d4 from the next saving throw before the end of my next turn.
So is it the 4 psychic damage? So he takes 4 damage?
He takes 4 psychic damage, but the next time he makes a saving throw, he
has a
subtracts a
-4.
1d4 from it.
Okay, I got it. Okay.
Which means that when I come back around with, like, I don't know, vicious mockery or something bigger than that, he save throw -4 or -d4.
Are you saying coming back around again? All right, cool. All right. Again, none of you are from the 90s, so whatever. But coming back around again. Okay, Rothgar, what are you doing?
Smacking it. Okay, so first strike.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's a hit.
All right. So, since it's my turn, I'm using a maneuver.
Wait. Before you say anything else, are you going for the one that that Novakri just hit, or are you going for the other one? Let me ask you that.
Which one attacked me?
The one that Novakri hit.
Then that one.
All right, cool. So 10 points of damage or 11 points of damage? I think it's 11, right? It's 10 plus 1 because it's a +1 weapon. Oh no, it's within.
Well, it's a +1 weapon, and then it's either a +1 to damage or a +1 to strike, depending on how far away they are.
So if it's within 5 feet, is it an additional +1?
I'm double.
You went dum 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 dum. Oh, I need clarification.
All right. So if the target is within 5 feet, it's an additional +1 to damage.
All right, so that is an 11 points of damage.
Yes.
Okay. Jesus Christ, you guys! Like I love you guys, but you guys suck. All right, so 23. Okay. What else are you doing? Are you gonna do a butt strike? Are you gonna do like a series of like doos? What are you doing?
I'm going to do a series of yabba dabba doos. So I'm using my superiority dice. So to start with, that will add an extra D8 damage to the roll. So an extra 5 points of damage.
Oh wow. Okay.
And I am going to push it 15 feet away from me.
Is that something that I have to make like a strength or an athletics roll or what is
Yes,
that?
I was just going to say it's a strength savings roll DC 13.
Okay, there we go. Oh, didn't make it.
So I just flung that bitch 15 feet away.
I like to imagine you like hit it with your halberd, almost like a fly swatter, and then kind of like fly rod, go back and then go, fing, and throw it away.
Yeah, that's kind of how I imagine it.
Awesome. All right, Rothgar, are you doing anything else on your turn?
Nope.
Excellent.
All right, Ziada, you're up.
All right. So, since these guys are at least within, reaching up range, I'm gonna go over and try and reach up and smash one of these guys. And by
Okay.
smash, I mean smash with a slice part of my my sword, which I'm gonna say a 24 better hit.
So first of all, 24 totally. Second of all, I'm just going to ask because like this is kind of flux. We're in flux right now. Are you going after the one that Rothgar just hit and threw, or are you going after the other one that went after Loki?
I was thinking Hrothgar and I were probably up in the front, so I'd probably just go for that one. I assume that's kind of the closest.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I mean, again,
Yeah.
the mind kind of thing. So you run up, you hit it, and you crush it. You're like, totally hit it. What do you do?
Let's see. This rolls like 1,000. So what do we got? Wow, 11. Nice. Holy shit. Wow, a 7 on
like
that.
11 total?
11 total.
All right. So, Jesus Christ. This thing looks like you have it on like its last legs right now. The other one still looks pretty healthy, pretty good to go. But yeah, that's what happens. And so that's not, I don't know why that just rolled that, but get rid of that. So it goes to Loki, top of the order. Loki, what you know is there is one of these harpies that has come in. That's what these creatures are. They're harpies. Not the one that attacked you. Looks like it has had the shit kicked out of it. And then there's this other one that came at you that managed to nick you with its claw, still hovering above you. What do you do? Both of them are within range for you.
Like close up in my face, right?
Yeah, like there's one like right next to you, and this other one that's been hurt it's within range for you, but it's not directly next to you.
All right, I guess the one directly next to me. Let's see. I'll be able to hit it with my rapier.
The one next to you, absolutely. Well, I take that back. You absolutely can hit it because it's within range. But as far as can you do damage to it, to be announced.
24,
Oh,
and this
son of a
is
bitch.
difficult. Would people are next to me, so would I get sneak attack in this scenario, or like it's just kind of difficult to
You know
figure
what, you
that out?
son? You know what, you son of a bitch? Yeah, I'll give you sneak attack.
All right, cool. Then 10.
All right, and you just like, like cleave across this thing, nicking it across like the knee and its shin, and like blood pours out, and it's like kind of thing. Wow, I didn't expect that out of you. Are you doing anything else on your turn?
I think I'm going to disengage and try to hide behind Hearthgar.
Okay, fair enough. I won't make you make the roll just yet to see what happens next. But all right, so you're like, boop. All right, so there were two creatures that were here. They're both still there. They're both still hovering. The one that attacked Rothgar before is going to try to attack Rothgar again. So, dude.
So if he's coming at me, then when he gets within 10 feet of me, I get another attack of opportunity.
Well, no, he hasn't moved. He's still hovering right there. So you don't get another attack of opportunity because he hasn't. But he's going to try to hit you. And I don't think he does. Unless does a 19 hit?
It might.
Oh, does it?
Yes.
Yes! Oh, I'm so excited. I mean, at the end of the day, the damage that this thing is going to do is so piss poor. It doesn't matter, but you take 4 points of damage as some claws rake across you. Like, I want to be excited about this. It doesn't do anything. Just doesn't do it. But this same creature falls up with a claw. With a 21. Oh, snap! Right. Fortunately, it doesn't. It sucks. So. You take 2 points of damage. You take us points of damage as it goes kalunk against you. Now.
So 6 points of damage?
6 points of damage total.
Okay.
I know it rocks your socks right now. This is totally the Moose battle all over again. The other one, if I remember correctly, was directly next to Loki, correct? It attacked you or attacked Navakri? I can't remember. Who did it attack?
Loki, and then that's why he disengaged. And
That's right. So, oh shit. So it's
so I don't think it's near
it's
anything.
a D3. Yeah, no, it's got a D3. Good call, Kevin. Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So it is going. This one turns. And
But did it move when it attacked me? Did it move within range?
Well, it hasn't attacked you. That's what we're figuring out on this one, because the other one was already there. That was the one that was in front of you. That you attacked
the one that we just dealt with had attacked you last round, and you got an attack against it. This one, however, moves in to attack Seata based upon what you just rolled. You guys are both in the front line. I'm gonna say, roll me like a D4 and call 1 or 2 or 3. If whatever you call comes up, you get an attack of opportunity. Get an attack of opportunity against it. Wow, that was hard. So,
well, I had to come up to be able to hit this other one. So I'm right next to Hrothgar. So since it's attacking me,
but what I'm saying,
he has Sentinel, so he would get that anyway.
You know what? You're absolutely correct. I was going to say because like it could come around, but it's only got a 5-foot reach. So you're right. So Hrothgar, you get a strike against this other one. So hold a hit. SOB. All right, so you hit this thing, and it is this, and it's like you crush into it as it comes down, and then it keeps going, and it's gonna try 2 attacks against because you don't finish it against Ziada. So Ziada, here we go. First.
Well, you did record the extra +1 of damage, correct?
Oh no, I did. No, I did. It's gross. I hate you.
You gave it to me.
I gave it to you,
that's a
and then
miss.
as a DM, I'm like, shit. That's a miss, correct? Ziada?
That is correct. It is a miss.
All right. So the claws miss, and
Even that.
I'm
That
pretty sure
hits,
that's gonna be a hit, no
unfortunately.
matter. So we gotta do
What are you,
again.
fucking
Least
Eric?
amount of damage. Wait, actually, hold on. I gotta do this. I gotta do 2d that, and then we get that. Oh, good roll. You take 8 points of damage from a claw attack that just is like against you.
Unpleasant.
And then it goes to Novakri.
Son of a bitch.
Novakri, what are you doing?
These guys aren't really worth wasting big spell on, so let's go ahead and firebolt one.
You know that one of them looks like he's on his last legs.
Even better.
But a 9 is not going to hit. A 9 is not going to hit. Are you doing anything else on your turn?
Excuse me. Not really. I mean, does anybody need healing?
No, we've got, a couple of scratches up front, but I don't think anything dangerous yet.
Okay. I couldn't anyways, now that I remember.
Well,
Does anyone need heals? Fuck you.
well, that probably sucks then.
Sucks to be you guys.
Boop, 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 boop. All right, so Novakri, are you doing anything else, or is it Hrothgar's turn?
It's Rothgar's.
All right, it's Hrothgar's turn. Hrothgar, go.
All right, how close are both of them?
I'm going to say one is within 10, one is within
One is within 10, the other is within what?
15.
All right, attack the one that's within 10.
All right, swing. Roll.
I am swinging.
Roll that one. Oh, you son of a bitch. Yeah, that's a hit.
All right, so within 10, so that's 14 points of damage.
Oh my god. So the one that you hit. Actually, you know what? I gotta reconsider this for a sec. I'm pretty sure the one that you hit dies, so it is gone. The other one is within 15 feet of you, and if you want to take a 5-foot step and take a step at it, you can do that and then follow up with a strike if you want.
Okay. I'm not going to say no.
So you're like, blap! And the thing, like, it falls like a moth that's been hit by like a fly swatter. And you turn, and this other thing is like, flap, 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 coming in. And holy shit! Yeah. You hit it, and as you hit it with, as a Jedi Master with a butt strike, it immediately recoils and tries to fly away, which is going to, well, actually,
Well, I still have a turn.
it's not its turn yet, so I can't even do that. So it goes to Ziada. Ziada, what are you doing right now?
Well, the usual. We know what's going on here. Let's see. Do it. Don't roll onto that 3, you fuck. And it didn't. So a 22.
It's definitely a hit.
So that's 12 fucking damage. Damn.
All right, and both of these harpies fall to the ground in front of you. I mean, in front of all of
Just
you.
start
But yeah,
tearing out their feathers. Maybe heal one.
What can we do with this shit?
Just heal 1 point of damage and then hold it down as I rip out its feathers.
What do you owe me? What do you owe me?
I think we'll take a look, see if there's anything on these things worth getting. I don't know if anyone knows of any medicine or any sort of anything that can be made with parts from a harpy.
You guys look it over, and unfortunately, it's not. I like as the DM anticipated that you would kill one of them, and the other one would be like, "Fist him out of here!" But no, you murdered both. And so, as you finish looting the bodies of these things, you all show up here.
Who shows up?
Well, you should all show up
Us.
right about, shift click, boom, right about there.
All I see is a black square.
Was that the right?
Wait, oh, there we go. I got it.
I was going to say, everybody should be able to see.
I can see it, but the shift click didn't work. I don't know if you're on the right layer.
That worked?
That one did.
All right. So there is cave opening, cave opening, cave opening, and then down here is where the water kind of flows inward towards the caves as well. What do you guys want to do?
Are they both moving in the same direction, or are they branching out separately in different directions?
Do you mean like which way do the caves seem to be leading in? You don't.
Yes.
Know. You don't know that. You don't know that.
Is there anything? Can I roll a perception check and see if there's anything immediately there that may give us a clue as to if one of these tunnels was used by the fishermen? We saw the bottles and whatnot.
Give me a perception check.
Okay, perception check. No, I'm not seeing anything.
Unfortunately, you're not dictating. What you saw was that in the middle of all of this, like right about here, was where those ships were kind of like tie docked. But as far as which direction they took to go into these caves, you're not sure.
So the bottles are like right around us, right? Or no, they aren't anymore.
Well, so the bottles that led you toward this, that kind of gave you that headway, yes, they're kind of like around and behind you. But as far as where they went once they got here, there's nothing that sort of gives that delineation, or at least nothing has given that with what has been rolled right now.
Alright, because I was thinking if I could, like, get one of the bottles. I wanted to see about using my freshly acquired bag of tricks and see if I could have some animal come out that could maybe smell and follow the scent.
Yeah, it's a possibility. I'm not saying it's not.
So I'm going to try and do all that, and I'm going to see what I summon, and we'll go from there. So that is a weasel.
Does a weasel have scent?
I don't know.
Yeah, they all stink.
No, not stink, but scent.
Yes, they have scent.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like, it does. It would be in, like, the monster manual thing. You should have access to it there.
But the real question is, what color gangster suit are they wearing?
Hold on, I'm pulling it up right now.
Keen hearing and smell. So
Weasel.
perfect.
Keen hearing and smell. The weasel has advantage on wisdom perspective. So I will say,
Excellent.
Give me a perception check. The weasel has a perception +3, so you have a +3 with advantage for knowing where to go.
All right. All right, so that's going to be a 16.
All right, so with a 16, there are 2 scents that the weasel picks up. One is right here, right in front of you, where you guys kind of are right here, and one of them is down here where the water runs in. I'm going to say that the weasel kind of like fluctuates back and forth between that, sort of like as if it's like it's equally enticed by both of them. And so I have to take a bathroom break really fast. I will be right back, but you guys can discuss.
Oh, good. While you're doing that, I'm going to do the same.
Okay, I'm thinking of just throwing out a roll to figure out 50-50 shot. Low roll would bring us down here. High roll would bring us up here.
So low? No? Did you roll?
So nope, it was a 20, so we're definitely going here.
Okay.
Yeah, have you tried any of the custom die on D&D Beyond?
No, I haven't.
I just, because I was getting messages about the new one that they have. And I tried it, and it was like, okay. After I just tried this ice one, I was like, that one's actually pretty cool. Okay, fair enough. I'm just curious if you had any that had, other cool effects.
Nope. I don't usually see it roll. I usually just click the thing and then.
Oh yeah, I don't
like,
either.
What did I roll? Oh, it's in roll 20 now.
Right. It's funny because I actually like that because a lot of times where it does all the stuff for you, but it's also kind of funny where it's like, well, I only used it right there because I don't have anything for the weasel. So it's like, yeah, sure, just throw these down.
Hey, Kevin, when you're like, I just walked back into the
Back.
in roll 20 that's like apparent, or did you have to go in and select something?
I'm sorry, what?
I'm sorry, like the whole like ice die, etc. And when I say roll 20, I should have said D&D Beyond. Like when you went in, did you have to select something, or just there?
Yeah, 'cause I have I got a subscription for like one of the, not like the highest subscription, but being able to have some access to like some of the subscription stuff. So they give that as part of the subscription.
All right. Well, I mean,
and then
that's cool.
Just search for it. I literally have it on a different thing, and it's like in my dice, and I have no idea how to get there. I searched, how do I change my dice on D&D Beyond?
They give you special ones for.
Yeah, sometimes if you pre-order the books, you get special ones too.
Yeah, the one I put on is the Everlasting Rhyme, and it's pretty cool.
That's cool. Well, I mean,
Sanguine,
like even if it's
or
just
whatever.
like a cool effect for like the game when you're playing, that's cool. But so party members, you see, thanks to that check pulled by Ziada, there are two ways in. One is this large cave mouth that's about 30 feet up. That's right here. Another has some traction, or looks like people that walk through, is where the Rime and ice flows through on the farthest south. What do you guys do?
We are going to the top one. This guy over here, I think it was. The one that the weasel was going towards.
All right. I'm just going to read this to you. The characters must icy cliffs to reach the three northernmost caves, including the one that you stand in front of. No ability check is required to do so, given the abundant handholds and footholds on the cliffs. Additionally, water used to flow out of the southernmost tunnel and feed into the lake. However, it's frozen solid. Everybody, put yourselves in the cave mouth and tell me what you're going to do. Move.
Well, I'm going first with Hrothgar with his reach behind me.
Just keeps
You
poking
got the
you
basket
back
for
with
me.
his help. Wait, so Ziada is going, or Hrothgar is going? Doing?
I'm going first. Hrothgar's right behind because he's got the reach.
All right. You guys move down this tunnel and get to about right here. You see where I'm notating? And you see that there is a split in the tunnels. One leads north, one leads further east. What do you guys do?
What is the weasel doing? 'Cause I am following him.
Did the instructions from the weasel, what were the instructions for the weasel?
To follow the scent, and then
The scent of the fisherman?
yeah,
Yes.
like whatever the like the bottle was, and like to hopefully use that as like a scent. So it's like follow this smell.
Okay. The weasel indicates that you should keep going forward this way. Not the northern tunnel, but the one that's directly in front.
Okay. Then we shall.
All right. So you
Or
move
maybe
there.
just me.
Everybody move up just to be with. Unless anybody wants to go.
Right.
Think about it.
Just me. Also,
Anyone?
does everyone have dark vision, or do people not?
Nope.
Okay,
Nope.
then I can cast light on something for you, and then like a rock, and I'll give it to you.
Cool.
And that has 20-foot radius, and then 20 foot further than that for dim light. So.
Sweet.
All right.
Oh wait.
Yeah,
before you
I'm
move any
trying
further,
not to go too far.
Yeah, I just want to make sure. So, Rob is basically moving with you, and everybody else is tailing behind. Is that the concept?
Yeah, like just behind.
If that's what everybody else wants,
Yeah.
unless you want one of us to take up the rear so nothing can come jump behind us.
I mean, even if we if like Novakri was right behind me or something, then at least you have your reach. Like, I'm not sure exactly. I think we'll be good.
Okay.
Maybe. We'll find out soon.
Okay, so you guys get right there. Novakri, you see in front of you with your vision that there is a icy bridge that spreads out across a gorge from here to here. Below it, here, some 20 foot down, is a frozen bed. As your weasel gets to right here, the sort of aperture, the opening, the weasel starts to indicate there are like identifications, there's scents that are both going north and south from here. This passageway appears to go across and open to some sort of cave system here, but your weasel is like meh or meh, and that's what you know.
Okay. I think we... And so that's 20 feet down, you said?
20 feet down, yes.
Alright, so it looks like we're going down to like 20 feet down to like the frozen river below, and we have to go north and south.
I mean, so
that's what's kind of being indicated.
I guess what I want to like just make sure that I state again is there is a cavern on this side that the path enters into, but your weasel, who has been instructed to follow footprints, says that there are footprints here, south of where we're at, some 20 feet down.
Well, does it? Because it was instructed to follow the smell. So does it smell anything from the cave in front?
Well, it was told to follow. It seems to indicate that there is a scent coming from both directions. Not straight ahead, not here. This is unknown, but coming from this way and coming from this way.
Okay. So I guess let's go out here and see what's going on. See if there's anything that we can see from here. Do I notice anything now that I'm out there?
You see that there are some like irregular footprints, but that's about all you see.
What do you mean irregular footprints? The way that they're...
It looks like someone kind of moving sporadically in the direction that they are looking. Like, it doesn't look like, all right, I'm going to walk this way. Stop. It looks like kind of thing.
And that's down on this area and here?
Yeah, not north, but south, yes.
Okay. Do we want to try and tie a rope off and climb down and check it out?
Is the bridge secure enough to do that, or should we do it from one of the edges?
No, the bridge isn't going anywhere, so it's pretty secure.
Yeah, and I figured even like with the length and like how far down it is, it's only 20 feet. So we have plenty of rope for it.
Is there anything to tie the rope onto on the bridge, or again, do we have to do that from one of the ledges?
That I'm not sure about.
I'll say that
counterweight.
I'll say that like as long as you're not trying to do anything too ridiculous, you can find it pretty easily.
All right, so yeah, I'm just looking to tie it off, and I'm wondering if it might make sense, Loki, if you wanted to go, and then Hrothgar and I could hold on to the rope, so then we could always pull you back if it gets hairy.
Or just run.
Into the water.
Well, I think it's ice.
Oh,
It's frozen over.
It was water at one time. Onto the water.
All right. Well, let's try this.
All right, so everybody kind of hops down. Which way are you heading? Are you heading north or are you heading south?
And you have the light too, so that way you're able to see.
I do have the light. Maybe I should take the ferret with me. The weasel. So he can.
I was thinking that too, because it's something where it's like I'm gonna like give it the thought process of like, hey, go, or like the command to follow that stuff, and show, continue following this. The smell.
All right. So I'll go down with it, and then I'm like, all right, bud, which way? And see which way he goes.
Dun dun dun.
So which way is the weasel heading?
Well, again, the weasel is saying that north there's a scent and south there's a scent. So pick your direction.
Weird, he can talk. All right. How far do I go? How far is the rope too, or is it just kind of like there and not attached?
50 feet, and we probably tied like 10 feet off.
I was gonna say, I'd imagine you'd have a good 30, 35 feet worth of rope after you tie it.
We could tie some ropes together.
I'm about that far. It's getting
Wait
taut.
a second.
All right, so you're going to head north. Is anybody going to head, on the map, head north with Loki? Or is everybody just going to hang out there?
I definitely don't think that he should be going alone.
Okay.
So, question: how far down are we? Is it to the ice again?
So you follow this path down. There is right now a bridge in front of you that leads into a dark aperture. You don't know what's happening. There is an icy river some 10, 15, 20 feet below you that Loki has sprung down and started to walk along, leading further into the cave. What do you want to do?
Okay, I am going to go to the edge of the bridge, step off, and activate my ring of floating.
Okay.
Which should, quote unquote, feather ball me 10 feet above that, and then just let myself hover down. And then I'll just follow Loki.
All right. So I'm going to cut back to Hrothgar and say, Hrothgar, what are you doing?
Those are probably not the two that I would have sent. I was gonna go with Loki.
Yeah,
That way.
I feel like if half the group's already going, I feel like we might want to just go at this point. So I think
Yeah.
we're gonna climb down the rope as well and kind of set up the same formation. I think Loki might just lead a little bit ahead of us so that he can stealth forward and
Okay.
just give us the direction while he's following the weasel.
All right. So, Loki, you press forward for a ways, and everybody else is kind of shadow stepping behind you as simple as possible. I will say that I think that you guys are behind, at least this round. Maybe next round it changes, but like if she moved up to there, then. But Loki, move forward and tell me where you're going. As you get to the top of this sort of frozen tributary tarn, you see that there is what looks like an underground that once spilled into a pool in this room. And what I mean by that is you see like there's frozen water coming here, spilling down, that kind of comes into here. So you just get this feeling from that, and what's truly ridiculous is that there's just enough light coming from some sort of cacophonous layers of the ceiling that illuminate the pool that's right here, and that is right here in front of you. And what you see is that there are entombed in the ice the frosty remains of some like frost giants, and each of them appears to have died in sort of ecstasy or just rest. That's what you say. You also notice from that there is like a walk-up cave entrance here, and that it looks like maybe there's a cave entrance over there.
Get closer to the corpses. So I'm right here, and you said.
Yeah, so as you get closer, you realize that like all of these corpses, these frost giant corpses, again, like we're talking skeletons, maybe there's meat left on them, but they're under the ice below you, and it's through like the refracted glare of like what light is coming in that they all look like they were in revelry here, like some sort of like gross abandoned kind of thing as they died, and that's what you get out of that. And again, you see that there's like a shelf over here. This is where this underwater is coming through. Over here, there's like a landing area, and up above stuff and things, there's one right there too.
Alright, I'm gonna go to the landing area over here. Well, I see something. I don't know what I see, but it is further down. It's around
Well,
the light source.
what you see is, give me a perception check. I'll tell you what you see. Look, with a 10, what you see is, you see light. You see light being cast in an area. And you hear the light, you hear like the ting, 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 as like a pot or a kettle is being stirred or filtered. The other thing that you see or notice is that why would that be in these caves? This does not make a lot of sense. This is a little weird. And you hear this like soft lilting melody, just like na, 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 na. And as you look, you see the figure by where this light is being sort of cascaded from, who's clearly working this pot, this kettle, whatever. And the question is, what do you do?
I'll go back and report to the group.
All right, so you go back, and Novakri's there, or Novakri was wherever she was, and that's what you know. You know that this way, like there's a room in front of you. So right now, there's a room that has like a lead up a couple times. You know that this way is very problematic based upon interactions that your owner, not owner, but like your sort of like your candidate is saying. You realize that there is an opening right here that comes in, but there's some weird stuff and things coming out of here. And the question is, what do you guys do?
So you saw something weird?
Yeah, it seemed to be humming or singing. I couldn't really make it out, but it was clinging and clanging and humming near light down forward and to the south.
Interesting. I wonder if that could be a problem. And we might want to just go and try and take care of it. Sounds...
Maybe.
Does anyone know about harpies at all? And is that anything we could make some sort of a check on to see if they might associate with any sort of creature? I mean, my first thought is like a hag. But I don't know if that makes any sense at all or if it's something entirely different.
I'm wondering if it isn't one of the sailors that we're looking for, fishermen that we're looking for.
In the pot?
Stirring the pot.
Could be.
Does anyone know minor illusion to help me out with my illusions? Anyone?
One moment.
I was gonna say, maybe Novakri.
Illusion. Yep. What is this thing you speak of? Illusion.
We can see
Not
if
just a trick, Michael.
we can see how it would react to me if you want to put a an image of me going there, and then I can try to talk through it to see if it is willing to talk.
Yeah,
I can mimic my voice, and then you can mimic my appearance, and we can have it walk out there.
Yeah, I just need to make sure. I just need to get within 30 feet of it.
Are you able to project it so that it could be on like the other side of the room?
Just
no, it's 30 feet.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have to go forward.
Well, I think we're all going forward and just kind of setting up outside.
Is that too far forward?
I don't know. Yeah, you might be able to see it right there. And are we huge on this map?
We are. Yes, we are.
We're like large creatures, huh?
Yep.
Okay. I was wondering what was up. Okay. So that is further than I thought. So I don't know if we'll be able to hide behind this corner. If I move up to here, yeah, there might be like a little ledge like right down here that we can hide
I'm
behind
on you,
while we
so yeah.
project the illusion.
Let
While
me
we
do
project
this.
the
So
illusion up to him.
where you guys are right now, you see that up here is where the sort of stream bed is coming from. It's been frozen into all of this. There's a landing area up here that has not been frozen. It is what it is. Where you're at right now, you're at the southern end of like an icy waterway. That underneath there are several giant frozen dead corpses. See this landing coming this way. TJ has said he sees some magic, something that's coming this way. You see up here that there's no magic coming, but it's another way to get up to maybe get into whatever. And I think that what we should do is figure out what you guys are going to do from here, and then that's what we'll pick up for next week.
Minor illusion to that guy.
To which guy?
That is this thing down here.
All right. So remember, if a square is 10 feet, you gotta figure that out, right? So like, if this is 60 feet, that's actually 120. Can you do a minor illusion?
What?
No, the other way around. If it's
No,
60, it's 30.
No. If a square is 10 feet,
we aren't 10 feet tall though.
right? So you have to reduce your cells by 5, which means all the distances are reduced by half.
Distances are reduced by. Why'd you double it? I'm confused.
Okay,
No,
so
to
I apologize.
keep the same
you
ratio,
guys,
we are.
wait. Hold on. Maybe you can't see at the top of this because the top of this map says Cauldron Caves, 1 square equals 10 feet. So you guys, the size that you're at right now is you're actually doubling the size that you normally are. So any distance that you take is doubled.
Wait, so if what is being said on the map is that 1 square equals 10 feet, that means we are all 20 feet tall right now.
Well,
No, it's
you guys are roughly all 1 square.
Well, we're
tall,
currently
right?
2 squares tall.
No, I think it's a square within the square, so there's actually a 2x2 in each square.
Right.
With the minor dotted lines.
Right, but if each of the squares.
Hold on.
is
Let
10.
me see if I can do this. Let me, like, Ziada, I'm just going to pick you. Let's see if I can do this. So I'm going to do this, and I'm going to go. No, that's not going to work. Son of a bitch. Come on. That's the size you are right now.
You're now 10 feet. Well, you're 5 feet.
Right, or
yeah.
you know,
That's
where
as
the
big as you can
minimum
get.
is. Yeah.
He has a huge bonfire down there.
Yeah, this is a big cook. I'm not lying. You've noticed a big cook fire that's down there. But what I'm saying is that, like, that direct line that you have is halved by what you can do. That's all. So what do you want to do? And actually, just for my own sort of iteration and known, sort of known, at the top of the map, do you see Cauldron Caves mentioned, or nothing at the top of
it's all dark anyway.
like up here, you don't see anything?
No, it's all dark because of the thing. Unlikely
Okay,
that
all
we
right.
would have seen it.
All right. Yeah. No, it was. I just again, I didn't know. So all right. So yeah. So
Yeah,
with
there's nothing
that
up
being
there.
said, and it being 11:19, where does everybody want to be for this moment?
Right where we are, and then continue next time.
Okay. I say that makes sense, and we can do that.
Cool deal.
Thanks, Tom.
Very good.
Great
Thank
job
you,
as
Tom.
always.
Good game, guys.
I
Indeed.
am. I have to say, like, I will say to everybody, I am shocked with how this so far encounter is going, in the sense that, like, again, you guys end up taking a path that I never thought you would take. So that's what you do. So, like, it is what it is. But yeah, no, I'm excited. We'll see how this goes next week. And again, for everybody, thank you for playing. I hope you're having fun. If there's anything that's like no bueno, just let me know. We'll figure it out. But very cool, and we'll see what happens.
Cool deal.
Sounds good.
Yep.
All right,
All right,
later,
later guys.
All right.